Cause I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of RBO. We are here live to talk about some basketball, man. Yes, the season is still going. The season has been pretty exciting, if you ask me. We got some young rookies to talk about. Two of the only unbeaten teams in the NBA played last night, so we got to see, do we still got two undefeated teams? And we got some underrated ballers to talk about, guys that are hooping but are kind of flying under the radar. And then I got a couple rapid fires I want to talk about at the end, just a little extra something for you guys. I decided to do that at the end of each show just because it's so much to talk about on a daily basis with the NBA, and we just simply don't have the time for it. So I just want to touch on a couple of things at the end, and it's going to be called RBO's Rapid Fire. But before we get started, everybody, please like, subscribe, share this video. Let anybody that's an NBA fan know RBO is live. We are here. We talk raw, uncut basketball. There's not a lot of, of what the national media talks about. I like to talk about the things that a lot of people don't know. A lot of stuff a lot of people need to know, that's because the NBA has a lot of very good players, from rookies, some guys that's been around for a while, from to the veterans. You got a lot of stuff that goes on in the NBA, and RBO is here to let y'all know what's going on. So shout out to the network, the Refuse to Lose Network. We do have more shows on the network. Check them all out in the description down low. There's a link down low as well for you guys. If you click that link, it gives you access to become a member and join the R2L family. With that, there are different perks you get. You get to join IG chats. You get to get on the different shows. You get a lot of inside news that a lot of the Refuse to Lose family gets, that comes out before ESPN, Bleacher Report, all those other things posted. We get it first. And we also have a parlay party. Yes. With that membership, you get 3 different tiers. So with the highest tier is $10.99. That is the superstar level. With that, it gives you access to everything, and also the parlay chat where they are daily winners. So tap in with the R2L family, man. We're going up, getting better and better, and we would love to have you on the team. But if that's all I have for the intro, man, let's enjoy the show, okay? First thing we're going to talk about today, man, we got to talk about my Orlando Magic, man. The Paololess Magic. Man, I told y'all how good Paolo was going to be, man. Just dropped 50 points the game before he got hurt. He knew that he played bad the 2 games leading up to that game. We was looking promising. Paolo started off the year looking like an MVP candidate, looking like a guy that can literally carry us to the playoffs on his back. He can do it all. I mean, his last game when he dropped that 50 piece, he almost had a triple-double with that. He fell 1 assist short. I believe he's the first person to do such things since LeBron James at that age. So we know we have a young star, but the young star has an injury right now, and it's not looking good for my Magic. I'm not going to lie. It's not looking good for my Magic. He's out for at least 4 to 6 weeks, I believe. They're going to reevaluate him. And the Magic have lost every single game since he's left. Literally, they're 4-0-4 since Paulo hasn't played. They play some pretty good teams. Every team they play have been a playoff team. They lost to the Cavs by 13. They lost to the Mavericks by what's this 23. They lost to the OKC by 16. Then they just lost to the Pacers last night by 7 points. So last night shows that there's a little hope with what we have left because it wasn't a blowout. However, we did play the Pacers, who are, I would say, will be the lesser of the four opponents that we've had played so far. But what does life without Paulo look like for this Magic team? They just paid Franz Wagner. We just paid Wendell Carter. Jalen Suggs just got paid. So what does this look like for the Orlando Magic? Last year we had a lot of question marks about Franz Wagner, how he just disappeared in the playoff game when we needed him most. Paulo tried to carry the team, and France was nowhere to be found. And he just got a max deal over the summer. And let's see what France has been doing since Paulo has been away. I haven't been very happy with his performance. He doesn't look very fluid. To me, he looks like a guy like my biggest thing with France, he has to get his offense bag a lot better. I think he has to have his ball handling has to get a lot better so he can create his own shots. He's not going to just be able to line drive himself to the basket and just use his height and length every single time. There's other guys out here that has length. But since Paulo has left, France has averaged 20 points, 5 assists, 6.5 rebounds, shooting 43% from the field and only 26% from three. Now, he can get his own buckets. As you can see, average of 20 isn't that bad. However, how can you make others around you better? That is the beautiful thing that Paulo can do for us. Paulo can not only just score, can't rebound, he can make everybody around him better. And right now, we don't have that type of player when Paulo was down. Now, I'm gonna give it to my coach that I think he's a good coach. He's grown to be a good coach, and this is going to be an obstacle for him. This is going to be a moment for him to truly find out what he has on his team. Playing around with the roster. I noticed that our young guys, Jet Howard has been getting a lot of minutes. Anthony Black has been playing a lot of minutes this year, and also our rookie Tristan Da Silva. He's been thrown into action since Paulo has been hurt. He's played 20 minutes, 31 minutes, 34 minutes, and 23 minutes, starting in 3 or 4 games. His best game was his first game. He had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So I don't think that this Magic team is going to get a lot of wins without Paulo to keep it 100. From what I'm saying, we just aren't built that way. You pay a guy like Wendell Carter who has a history of getting injured, and guess what? He's injured again. I didn't like that pay when we got paid him in the first place, and this shows why. He's a guy that he doesn't perform at his highest level when we need him to. He's a center that wants to shoot more threes than our point guard does. He's a center that doesn't block shots. Like our point guard, Jalen Suggs might have more blocks on the year than Wendell Carter, and that's a fact. I'm not even gonna look it up, and somebody can look it up, watch it, and put in the comments if I'm right or wrong. I can almost guarantee you that he has more blocks than him, probably twice as many blocks, and that's a problem because yesterday we started Goga Bataze, and guess what he did? Goga got a double double yesterday. Our center actually got a double double. I believe he had like 2 blocks as well. Let me double check this really quick. 3 blocks. That's what we need out of our center. If you are a Magic fan, you watched us last year, you would know that when Wendell went down, and we had Goga Bataze starting, that's when our defense was at its best. He had games where he had like 5 blocks. We need that type of paint presence on defense. Shout out my bro Joe. Make sure y'all check out the Kings Talk with Joe. He goes over every game when they win, lose. I know it's late. If you're on the West Coast, that's cool. If you're an East Coast guy like me, better take a daily midday nap if you want to stay up for that. But shout out to Joe because he understands what it feels like when you don't have a shot blocker, a rim protector. Like yesterday, you saw like teams go to the basket at will. They're not afraid of anything. Like Jonathan Isaac is the only shot blocker that we have, and he's only playing like 16 minutes a game. Yeah, he's playing 14 minutes a game. He's not even in the game enough to impact the game like we need him to. So I think this injury to Paulo is going to be a blessing in disguise. Yes, it's going to slow him down. He got to get back. He was off to a good start. He has to get back into his flow, into his rhythm. But I love what I'm getting out of Jalen Suggs. I like what I'm seeing from Anthony Black. He's stepping up. His scoring has to get a little better, but his rebound, his defense, his assists, again, has been pretty good, if you ask me. Our rookie Tristan De Silva, he gets early action, which is always a plus when you got a rookie. The best thing for rookies to do is to play, is to get experience, and he's getting that right now. But we just need to get more out of France, in my opinion. We need to get more out of Jonathan Isaac, in my opinion. You got some money too, my boy. You definitely got some money too. Cole Anthony is not even in the rotation, so like, what's going on with that? Do we need to trade Cole Anthony because he got some money too? Like, these dudes ain't on the team, ain't paid. Let me look at Cole Anthony contract right quick. Let me go to the whole team contract. I don't Joe, shout out to Joe again. Wow, 16 minutes a game. Why a minute restriction? Bro, I don't know what it is, to be honest. He's not hurt. He was on a minute restriction last year, and they said he wasn't gonna be on a minute restriction. Hey Joe, I saw your comment, my boy. I'm just saying, I saw it. But yeah, Jonathan Isaac. He has a 5 year, 69 million deal, man. Wendell Carter, he just got a deal. Jalen Suggs, we know about his match contract. Franz Wagner has a deal. Cole Anthony, he has 2 more years left on his deal. Like, these guys are under contract. What are you doing? Like, Gary Harris, he about to be gone after next year. Actually, he's gone. This is last year. He has a team option. But the thing is, I seen Gary Harris come through and hit 5 threes in the game this year. I haven't seen my boy Cole Anthony do nothing this year. I haven't seen my boy Jonathan Isaac. He just comes in the game and shoot threes. So we got the Pelicans next, and we got. Let's just look at the schedule together right quick, y'all. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking what I'm seeing from this team. I feel like when you building a team for greatness, you got to build a solid team. And when your best player goes down, you get to truly see how good your team is. And it's not looking good, to be honest. Caldwell Pope, I'm loving your defensive intensity. I just need to see you hit more jump shots, which I think will come. Yeah, man, it's France, man. France is the main culprit for me. He had 28 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds yesterday, which is a good sign. I just need to see more, man. It's not about the numbers. It's my eye test. It's what I see from France. So, Paulo, we need you, my boy. We lost for 4 straight without you. We lost the last one with you as well. So we're on a 5-game losing streak. We got the Pelicans. Thank God we got the Wizards coming up. We should be able to beat the Wizards without Paulo. No disrespect to my Wizards fans. Hornets. Oh, we got NBA Cup play coming, y'all. All right, we want to really find out what this Magic team is about. So we're going to talk again about this team. Shout out my boy Tay. He will be on the next episode that I talk about the Magic, my fellow Magic fan. But, yeah, my bad, Tomo. Shout out my boy Tomo. He a Wizards fan. I ain't no disrespect, but I'm just saying we got a team that don't got a super duper star, like nothing like that. Like, we got a team that is really beatable coming up. Like, our schedule so far, we play all playoff teams from last year. Then we got the Pelicans. Then we got the Wizards, and then the Hornets. So those 2 games we should be able to get. Hopefully, we'll see what my boys can do, though. All right, enough of the Magic, man, because Paulo gone, man. It's sad. It's sad right now. Next, I want to talk about some rookies, man. Vaughn love to talk about the rookies. Shout out Joe. He on show Unfazed, which is part of the network. Check it out. It's down low in the description. He had Zach Edey winning Rookie of the Year this year, and it was due to pure him being on the court more. But Joe, I'm here to tell you, I don't know, my boy. I don't know. You got a young kid out here in Atlanta hooping. Yes, he gets minutes too. He starts, by the way. He's averaging 29. Actually, let me run that back. He averaging about 30 minutes a game, 28 to 30 minutes a game. Um, Zachary, I never can get his last name right. I gotta do better because when I watch the games, it's on mute, so I don't hear them say it. But I got y'all. I know Zachary part. So Zachary from the Hawks, the number one overall pick, just had his first 30-point game. And he ain't just dropped 30. He stacked the stat sheet against the Knicks. Home win, 5-point home win. No, away win. No, I think that was home. Yeah, it was home because Trae Young was talking trash to the Knicks fans after the game. But he staffed the stat sheet, which is something you love to see from a guy like this. He's what 6'8". He plays the forward position, but he also can play a little bit of the three. He can also run the two, if you ask me, from what I've been seeing. 33 points, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 from 10 from 3, 11 from 18 from the field goal, 60, which is 61%. Absolutely balled out. And if you watch him play, man, he's very skilled. One thing that I really liked about him from watching from preseason, summer league, is his ability to finish around the basket. He's 6'9", he's 6'8", and he knows how to finish. And he has that shooting touch. It's a beautiful thing for the Hawks because they have him and Jalen Johnson is emerging. I mean, if you in the chat, you saw the stats that they put up for Jalen Johnson. 20, I think it's like 2011 and 6. He's doing a little bit of everything. And he's averaging like 1 or 2 steals. So they have 2 guys, 2 forwards that can do it all with a point guard like Trae Young. I told y'all that this is going to be a nice fit for the Hawks because you get rid of a guy, DeJounte Murray, who needs the ball to dominate, and you replace him with a number one overall pick who's 6'8". My bad, y'all. Unplugged my mic. Got a little excited. But you got a guy that can play on the wing as well. And I was waiting for him to explode because if you check out he's been flirting. He began 15 points, 11 points, 17 points, 13 points. So Zachary, my boy, you on my radar, man. You're on my radar. You're on the radar. You are my favorite this moment to win Rookie of the Year. At this very moment. We good now, Tomo? Because I thought I fixed it. Zachary right now is my favorite to win Rookie of the Year just because of he plays, he starts, and I just love the fit with him out there, with Jalen Johnson out there with him. I just think it's a good fit. Trae Young is playing. I think he's playing a lot better basketball. He's getting better. He's getting a little older, more mature, and it might got something to do with the coaching as well. So shout out to Zachary, man. First 30-point game, balling. All right, next rookie. I gotta talk about Joe Boy, Zach Edey. Zach Edey just balled out. Not last game recently, but the game before last. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks, shooting 11 from 12 from the field. The dude missed 1 shot. Uh-oh. I'm talking to myself. Listen, baby. Ain't no mountain high. Oh, we back. We back. Now, Zach Edey. Once again, Zach Edey. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks, 11 from 12 from the field, and he hit 1 3. Listen, when he hit that 3, it wasn't like he hit a step back. It was like he came down and they threw it on. Nobody thought he was gonna shoot it. I know I didn't, and he dropped it. So I also think this Zach Edey is a great pick You know, he's a great fit for the team he's on as well. Look at Ja. I'm gonna talk about two rookies right now because they got another rookie over there. They got another one. Did y'all know? Jalen Wells from Washington State, 6'8" forward. This dude just had 20 points last night against the Lakers, and he has cemented himself as a lethal 3-point shooter. He's shooting about 38%. Let me give you the actual number. He's shooting 39% from three, averaging 10 points a game. So what I like about this Memphis team, they still got that young spark with them, but it's Ja Morant, man. Ja Morant, what I say, if you got a point guard that can score like crazy, he must know how to pass. Last year I said Donovan Mitchell. I know you can get a bucket, bro, but you got to get your other teammates involved. The thing about a guard is they can manipulate a game like no other. Like no other position can manipulate a game like the point guard because they have the ball in their hands most of the time. So if you are driving, kicking, you are making the right plays, doing like a great point guard can really elevate a team. And how did the Celtics? No, how did the Cavs beat the Celtics in one game last year? Donovan Mitchell was diamond that one game. So you need that out of your point guard. What is Ja Morant doing this year? To do averaging, I mean, look, he got to be averaging like 8 assists right now. Ja Morant is diming this year, y'all. He's averaging 9 assists right now, 20 and 9, and 5 rebounds. And having guys like Jalen Wells out there stretching the floor, attacking from the wing. Zach Edey, a big force down low, a lob threat, a shot blocker, a rebounder, a guy that can be in a dunker position and get the dump offs. And he just hit a three, so don't be surprised he starts shooting threes. I love this for this Memphis team, and I think Zach Edey is going to have a lot of good games. I'm not sure about him winning Rookie of the Year, just because I'm not sure how many great games he's going to have. I think he's going to have a steady, good first year. I'm not sure he's going to dominate too many games, though. All right, so let's go to our other rookies. We got 2 more rookies on the same team. Actually, there's 3 rookies on the same team. And shout out my boy Tomo. Because it's the Wizards rookies, man. We got Bud Carrington, Alex Saw, and Keyshawn George. Now, we was in the chat, and, we was in the chat talking, and I believe Kuzma was hurt, and they was playing the Hawks, and they was looking real good, man. Was it the Hawks? I think it was the Hawks. Them boys was balling. Shout out Tomo, man. The Wiz kids. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Alex Saw, man. I told Tomo, I said, listen, I know he ain't look good in the summer league. I know he ain't look good that good in preseason. But one thing y'all gonna get from this dude is an elite defender. And right now he's averaging 2.8 blocks per game. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. 2.8 blocks per game. I can only guess that might land him top 5 at least in blocks per game right now. So we see that he is protecting the paint at a high level. Oh, and the Wizards see Zach Edey Friday. Sarr versus Edey. That's going to be a nice little game to check out for sure. But when you watch Alex Sarr, I like what I see a lot from him. I think he's actually third in blocks behind Walker Kessler, Wemby, and Chet, which is good company, I must say. Alex Sarr, when I watch him play, man, he's pretty skilled. He knows how to play some basketball, He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's had games where he gets about 3 assists, 4. No, he hasn't had 4. 3 assists, but you see that when it's things like pick and roll, pick and pop, he know how to keep the flow of the offense flowing. I think his 3-ball will fall eventually. I'm not sure if he just, he got to get out of that shooting slump because he showed, I like the form. It looks good and all of that good stuff. But I think he has to, you know, stay away from shooting so many threes because he shoots at least 5 or 4 a game, and try to be on not on the block but around the rim. I mean, your size, man, you can easily get 10 points a game just getting putbacks and dump offs easily, running the floor, getting easy buckets. That's just what I'm thinking. Then you got two guys. You got Bud Carrington right now averaging 10-4 and about 5 assists. Leaving all rookies and no, my bad. Zachary now is leading rookies in points because he had that 30 piece. But before that, it was Bud with 10 points. He's shown the ability to be an all around guard. He can score. He can defend. He can rebound and assist. He's really shown that ability at 6'4", 190 pounds that he can do it all at the guard position. He's the type of guy that when as he grows, I can see him being a good defender for these top point guards. You're gonna need a defender at the point guard position nowadays because that's like the most lethal position in the NBA right now, the guard position. So having Bud and then you got Keyshawn George, 6'7", 6'8", 6'7", 200, long arms out of Miami, and he plays with the edge. He just had a 20-point game against the Warriors, and he just like Bud, if you ask me, can do it all. I think he's a better shooter than Bud, but when it comes to rebounding and assisting, hold up. The boy shot 17 threes last game against the Warriors. Dang! Bruh, he shot 19 shots overall, and 17 of them was threes, and he made 6 out of 17. Lord. Whew. Okay, let's disregard that. But just on watching him, though, he looks like a guy that's going to be a solid defender. He could be a solid rebounder, and he can dime. All around guard is always a plus in this league. A guard that can do it all. So those three rookies from the Wizards, aka the Wiz Kids. Shout out to Tomo. He's probably the most active Wizards fan in the chat, to be honest. I don't know if it's because I ain't gonna do that to you, Tomo. But yeah. All right, the last rookie I want to talk about, not to say no other rookies been playing well. These are just rookies that I'm touching on today. And that's Messi. Messi, he plays with the Pelicans out of Baylor. He hasn't been doing nothing crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He hasn't been doing nothing crazy. What I like about this guy is he is doing his job. He's a guy that goes out there, he plays hard, he rebounds, he defends, and he's just a force out there. He goes out the loose ball. Like when you're playing out there and you're the other center, he's gonna make you hustle. You can't like, oh, this my rebound. No, you gotta box him out and really get the rebound because he's fighting for every rebound. So I just wanted to shout him out, man. He's one of my favorite draft picks this year because I thought the Pelicans really needed them a more athletic big man, and they got that out of him. So shout out to my boy. He hasn't recorded that first double-double yet, but I'm going to call this double-double right now. Watch this. My man, first double-double is going to be against the Hornets. Not this game. Hold up. My bad, y'all. I had the schedule backwards. Oh, he ain't getting no double-double against my... Actually, he just might get a double-double next game against my Magic because we don't got nobody rebounding. I mean, Batase rebounds. However, he can foul out a lot. So I got my boy getting him a double-double the next 2 games. Let me say that. Next 2 games, Messi double-double coming up. Watch my boy work. All right, man. So those are some rookie ballers that I want to talk about, man. It's a lot more rookies out here, and they're going to get more and more burn as the season go on. Okay? So the next thing we're going to talk about, man, we got 2 undefeated. Well, we had 2 undefeated teams last night, man. The Cleveland Cavaliers, and then we had OKC Thunder. The Cleveland Cavaliers took on Messi and my guys down there in New Orleans. and they end up winning by 9 points, man. So, hey, uh um, what's about to say? Where they at? There we go. The Cavs. This Cavs team, man, I'm not surprised to be honest that they're balling. They haven't lost the game yet. I mean, that's kind of surprising that they haven't lost yet, but the fact that they're balling doesn't surprise me, man. JB Bickerstaff had this team balling last year. They finished fourth in the East, and they had half their players for half the year, and he got fired. He was never the problem. This team is good. This team just can't stay healthy. That's the problem. In the playoffs, they got hurt. In the season, they were hurt. But they were winning games last year. I mean, last year they finished fourth in the East. They're currently first right now, of course, because they haven't lost yet. But are we really that surprised that they're winning like this? They're 9-0, which is very impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Let's look at the teams that they beat. Come on, man. I'll go to the Pelicans. Don't nobody care about the Pelicans. Come on, man. There we go. All right. Let's look at the teams they beat. They beat Toronto. Yeah. Detroit. Yeah. Washington. Yeah. Uh, the Knicks. That's a cool win. The Lakers. They just lost to the Pistons, but the Lakers been playing good ball. I'll give them that. Then they beat Milwaukee twice, one without Giannis. Then they just beat Pelicans, and they beat Orlando without Paulo. So I'm not gonna back like these next couple games. They got Brooklyn, Bulls, Philly, Bulls, Hornets. Then they got Boston. Once they play Boston, I'll be a little more convinced, you know, because right now the East looking real weak right now. Philly in shambles with these injuries. Milwaukee in shambles with Doc and Ham and Cheese over there. Shout out my boy Bibby. And Orlando just lost Paulo. Cleveland and Boston are only two teams standing strong right now in the East. I feel like Cleveland has a this is Cleveland's shot this year. I'm sorry. I don't see no other time for them to do something. This is their chance. It's early in the season, yeah. Stay healthy, build, and go get something done in the playoffs. Like you get a high seed, that's half the battle right there. Not half, but that's a lot of the battle. Like it's 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 different. So this is Cleveland's chance. I'm gonna say it one more time, man. This is the opportunity to get a number one seed and make some noise in the playoffs. I like their team. Their team always been good. They just gotta stay healthy. Don't nobody don't nobody praise the coach for this. I'm telling y'all. JB Bickerstaff had this team in the fourth seed last year with a lot of injuries. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, the next team that was undefeated yesterday was the OKC Thunder, and they played the Nuggets, who they beat by double digits. Who they beat by double digits in the beginning of the season. Um, OKC, man, I told y'all about this team last year. I told y'all about them last year. Difference between last year and this year, they got that last year under their belt, that playoff experience. See, SGA, he never been to the playoffs as the best player on this team. He been to the playoffs, you know. I believe James Harden was or Paul with the Clippers with Paul George. No, they traded for Paul George. It was the Clippers team though. He was on. He wasn't the best player. I forgot who the best player was at the time. Then he was with when in OKC when Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder was there. He wasn't the best player, but now he's the best player, and he's been to the finals. I mean the playoffs as the best player. And I thought last year it was a lot of times. Thank you, Joe. Clippers with Lou Will. No, that's exactly what it was. Pat Bev was there. and KD cooked them. Y'all, that's hey Joe. They said it's KD. You don't think we tried? It's KD you talking about? Like they seem so helpless. Um, but this team, I mean, what about SGA? Last year, I feel like it was a lot of times where he should have took over at the end, but he didn't. And I think that's a learning curve that he had needed to learn going through the playoffs last year. You went against Luka and Kyrie. Those are guys that know when it's time to turn it on and take over, and you had to learn that. So, shout out to SGA. I think watch out because not only is SGA looking good, Shat is looking crazy this year. He's looking like a defensive player of the year. I know Wemby, everybody think Wemby gonna win it, but Shat is letting y'all know he is a freak of nature as well. I mean, this team has won every game by double digits. Literally every game they won this year was by double digits. They ain't been winning by the skin of their teeth. They've been convincingly beating teams, except for last night, which nobody expected the Nuggets to come back like that. Like the Nuggets were down, I think they were down like 15 or something like that, and came all the way back. Shout out to Westbrook. He helped mount that comeback. I got something to say about that boy too when we get back. But it's Shaq, man. Shaq. When you got a guy that's this is what they thought Wemby was gonna be doing this year. What Shaq doing. 7 feet tall plus doing it all. I mean, this dude, he's averaging 17 points, about 10 rebounds, 2.4 assists, shooting 50% from the field, and he's averaging about 3 blocks a game. Like Joe just said, Shaq has been unlocked. That is the key for this team, I think, because he's unguardable. I watched the game. Like I used to watch him last year, and he was well reserved. Like I'd be like, bro, like he'll get the ball in the fast break, and it'd be like 2 guards down there. It's like, bro, you could take 2 guards. You're 7 feet. But I remember back in the day, Clay would have the ball in a fast break, and he pulling that jump, either a three or he'll even pull a midi on you, and like, cause he know you can't guard him, and that's how Shaq looking this year. He's taking shots. Like it was one fast break, it was like 3-on-1, and he still tried to get a bucket. I said, oh yeah, I like that Shaq. I like that. Like when you're a young team and you aggressive, constantly going at it, constantly going at it. That's elite right there. That is nice. Now I think my boy also is having a good year. Jalen Williams. He's another guy. That's the thing about OKC. They got 3 guys, not just one guy. Like people try to compare us to the OKC last year, and the difference between us and them, they have 3 guys that can get a bucket like at a high level. Jalen Williams, SGA, Shaq. We got one guy. Then we got Suggs and France who kind of can get buckets. We don't have bona fide bucket getters. They got them. And all those dudes play both ends of the floor. That's how you build. They have a big 3 that is pretty good, man. I mean, all these guys are averaging at least 1 steal a game. Almost all of them averaging 1 block a game. Like they play both ends of the floor. They call themselves dogs. Draymond Green said something about you're not gonna put no fear in nobody's heart with that brotherly love and all that. Who? You don't gotta be scared, bro. Like a lot of people want you to be scared of them, but you don't gotta be scared to get whooped, bro. Like you just don't. You know what's gonna scare people when they get on that floor and get ran out the gym by double-digit points. That's gonna scare them. Like you thought you scared people, Draymond? No. Only thing that was scary was that you knew how to pass. You would pass up an open shot to Steph Curry and Clay. That was scary. That was more scary than you having the ball actually shooting. Us knowing that you can pass it to one of them is the scariest thing. So I don't buy too much to that. Man, you gotta instill fear into your opponent's heart. There's ways of doing that. Just because you got guys that's having fun out there that's together, that doesn't mean they're not gonna be scared. That's more scary if you ask me. Having guys that's playing together that love each other like brothers, that's scary. They're gonna play more for each other. But enough of Draymond. I agree right here, Joe. They have to put him in isolation mismatches like Celtics do for Porzingis. They definitely do. Same with Wemby. Are we gonna get to Wemby? Yeah, Draymond tripping. If you're better, you're better. Joe, I couldn't agree more. If you're better, you're better. So right now, the Cavs are the only undefeated team because OKC just lost to the Nuggets, sadly. But hey, I still think they're a better team than the Cavaliers because they play some better teams than the Cavaliers. They played Denver twice, Clippers. They ain't played nobody neither for real, to be honest. But the Nuggets. But taking your first L is always good. It's always about how you gonna bounce back. Cleveland hasn't lost yet. So how long do y'all think they're gonna stay undefeated? Can they get to 20-0? Can they get to 12-0? Let's see if they can at least get to 15-0. I mean, like I said, they got a couple games until they get to the what's this team? My bad, Teddy. The Celtics. I be forgetting. I be blanking out sometimes. But OKC is the number one defensive team as far as points allowed. Cavaliers are tied at 11th. Uh, OKC allows the worst field goal percentage, second worst 3-point percentage. Cleveland is the fourth best rebounding team when it comes to stopping other teams from getting rebounds. So these teams have pretty good, solid defenses, I'll say. Cleveland and OKC. I just think I just got more faith in OKC. That's just me. Donovan Mitchell, you gotta show me, my boy. All right, enough of those two, man. They undefeated and ain't nobody cheated. We stopping the cash streak. Shout out to my boy Big O. He's a Bulls fan. Shout out to your rookie yesterday. You said he balled out. I think he had like 13 and 9 rebounds in like 20 minutes, and then a loss to Dallas. So it's good to see him actually on the floor. You know, it's gonna take some rookies some time to get acclimated, man. That's just how it go. That's just how it go, man. Especially when you got some stars on your team. Like some rookies come on teams without stars, so they can just jump out there and get buckets. But y'all got some players over there. All right, man. I want to talk about just a couple guys that's been balling, that's kind of been flying under the radar. That I just wanted to talk about very quick. First person I want to talk about is Grady Dick. Pause for the weirdos. Grady, he's second year player. Kansas. He went to Kansas. Yeah, went to Kansas. I get him mixed up. I get Kansas and Kentucky mixed up a lot for some reason. But out of Kansas, man, he's averaging 20 points a game right now, man. He is hooping. Let's talk about some of his last game. He had a terrible game last night against Sacramento, but before that, 26 points against Denver. He's 22 points against Sacramento. The game before that, 31 against the Lakers and 30 against the Hornets. So Grady Dick has been balling this year with the Raptors, and it's just good to see. You know, as a Magic fan, it's a little sad because I wanted them to draft him last year. Not gonna lie, I really wanted him because, as you can see, he can score, and right now the Magic can use some scoring. I think we picked up Anthony Black instead of him. Hey, I like Black too, but this guy can score the rock. But I wanted to shout out Grady Dick. Next person, R.J. Barrett, his teammate. R.J. Barrett was a high draft pick from Duke. came in on the Knicks. Um, Best friends with Zion Williamson. You know, they had a lot of things tied in with him. Like, but he's kind of got thrown away, like swept under the rug after, he didn't really show out and show off with the Knicks, end up getting traded and all that good stuff. But he's been balling this year so far. He's averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists through these 8-9 games. Um, he's had 3 30-point games, and those 3 30-point games came back to back. He had 2 double doubles. So RJ Birdman has been putting up some numbers. I always thought he was a talented player. Sometimes guys just need to go to a new scenery, man. And New York isn't for everybody. So shout out to RJ Birdman. Hope he get to continue balling this year because I like to see ballers ball, man. Another player I want to talk about, my boy Trey, man. I believe I talked about him before on the show. The boy can hoop. You know, he's not a 30-point per game. He comes off the bench. He's had 3 20-point games off the bench this year. One of them was a 27-point game. And every time he scored 20, they won, except for against the Boston Celtics. That's going to be a tough outing for anybody. This year, he's averaging 16 points, shooting 45% from the field, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Underrated baller. He's flying under the radar. He's a guy that if you need a scorer off the bench, he's him. He's a solid scoring guard off the bench that can come in and give you an easy 15 a night. As you can see, averaging 16. Trey Man Hooper. Another person I want to shout out right quick, Jordan Hawkins. 4-3. Jordan Hawkins, man, DMV guy. I believe his injuries cut. I think that's what's been said. They haven't been having all their players. They haven't had Zion all year. TJ McCollum been in and out, and he's been playing pretty good, if you ask me. Averaging 16 points this year. Been shooting the ball pretty well from 3. He's shooting about 40%, 30% from 3, about 38% from 3, almost 40%. Not too bad. He's had 3 20-point games, 19-point game. I just like what he brings, man. Once they're healthy, I think he's a solid catch and shoot scorer, a wing scorer, especially off the bench. It's another guy that I wanted the Magic to draft. I know what I know, man. Like Anthony Black isn't a bad player, but when are we going to get guys that can put the ball in the basket? That's the name of the game. Put the ball in the basket. Man. But Jordan Hawkins, man, I think he's going to be a nice scorer for years to come in this league just because of his shot ability. His ability to make shots, make and take shots, man. Hooper, straight Hooper. Next person, and I believe this is the last person I'm gonna talk about as far as these underrated hoopers. Cam Thomas. Come on, man. Cam Thomas. This dude is a baller. I mean, he was just averaging the most points in the fourth quarter this year. Probably still does. He didn't have the ball out last time when they won, but what else can I say about this guy? Since he's been in the league, he's been a bucket. He just haven't always been getting minutes. When they had Kyrie Irving, KD, James Harden, he was still a bucket. He just never got no burn. I saw an interview with KD. He said he's always scouted as the hardest person to check on his team at 21 years old, 23 years old. He's a bucket. And he's averaging 25 right now. And I don't think that's a fluke. I think he's going to continue to drop buckets. This team doesn't have many bucket getters, and this is his green light year to go off. And I think he will go off. He's been hooping. He's had 3 30-point games, a 36-point game, 32-point game, 33-point game. And every other game is 24, 26, 19, 17, 13. But it's just a beautiful thing. Hey, oh, I don't know what you meant by who's starting over Trey. You gotta let me know what you mean by that. But yeah, Cam Thomas, Hooper. So who we got? Trey Man, Cam Thomas. Hold on, man. I always forget my man first name. I can't do that though. Grady Dick, Jordan Hawkins, and RJ Barrett. Those are my underrated ballers that I wanted to shout out today, man. All right, man. We talked about my Paololess Magic. We talked about these two undefeated teams. Well, now one undefeated team. We talked about some rookie that's hooping. And we also talked about some underrated ballers. Nobody starting over Trey Young. He's starting for his team, bro. Trey Young starts, the rookie starts, Jalen Johnson starts, Clint Capella starts. I don't know who their fifth starter is. It was Hunter, but I think he's hurt. I think Bogdanovich is hurt as well. Trey Young starts though for sure. Yeah. Oh, Dyson Daniels is the starting, the other guard starting. He came from on the Pelicans. He's like 6'8", 6'7", point guard. Yeah, I like. Yeah, he's nice. Second year. All right. So we talked about all that. Now we gotta hit this rapid fire right quick. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that's an NBA fan. You know, we lit. All right, rapid fire. KD is still a top scorer. Not just top scorer, he's still a top player, man. Did y'all see him against the Heat last night? Did y'all? Did y'all see him the night before against the 76ers? Did y'all? I mean, he's doing it all. He's out there rebounding. He's blocking shots. He's dropping buckets. KD, I'm standing right now. I'm stamping it. He's the best scorer to ever play the game. He is. I'm sorry. He does it so effortlessly. Not the greatest scorer. He's not the most elite scorer. He's the best scorer. Okay? He's the guy that, when you think of scoring, it's KD, man. KD is the guy that, he's the hardest to guard. He's the hardest to stop. Like, he's just shoot right over you every time. And he got moves to get to the basket. So, KD is still a top player in this league, man. Top 5 probably. I ain't gonna hold you. All right. Next one. Doc Rivers. Is it time for Doc Rivers to just give it up as a coach? Should he just stop being like somewhere else in the organization? Like sit him up there with the executives or something? Because he everywhere he's been going, it just hasn't been going so well. And his latest project with the Bucks, it got me stuck. Cause it's not like they're getting blown out every game. It's not. They're not. Like they just lost by 2 to the Cavs without Giannis. Then they lost by like 4 with they lost by 2 with Giannis. They lost by like 4 without Giannis. It's coaching. Like, what are you doing? You have Giannis and Dame. Don't get me wrong. I do feel like them two alone should be able to win you more games than y'all have won. I'm kind of starting to think they don't fit together, to be honest. I'm starting to think that. It's just hard for me to say that when they got Doc Rivers over there. And he's saying the things that he say. He's not even making no sense. This team is 1-6 right now, y'all. Bottom of the East with the Sixers. Sixers got an excuse. They players been hurt. But this team is allowing the 5th most points in the East. This team used to be known for defense. Their points per game is at 111. That's not good. That's not good at all. I think it's time for Doc to go. I think they need to hire me. I can win more games than Doc. No disrespect to Doc, but bro, it's to the point now where it's like I don't even. Were you the reason why the Celtics won? You know, were you the reason why any of your teams in the past won? Really? Because I have no evidence that you're a good coach in these past years, bro. I just don't. So it might be time for Doc to go. Because if he don't go, Giannis might try to leave. Even though I feel like Giannis is the reason why all this is happening. He's the one that wanted his coach gone. He's the one that wanted Dame there, and instead of having Drew Holiday there, who went on to win the ring with the Celtics, by the way. They done though, I think. If they don't get rid of Doc, don't get rid of Doc. They're not winning nothing, bro. I just don't see it happen. All right, man. Enough of that. All right, next rapid fire take. The Warriors are finding ways to win. This Warriors team, what did I say to start the year? I say the biggest thing to find out, we're going to have to find out about this Warriors team is what the other people are going to do. We know what Steph's going to do. Steph's going to do Steph. What these other people are going to do, Buddy Hield. Buddy. Averaging 21 points, 4.5 rebounds. We got literally everybody on the team averages at least one assist that plays. Except for, everybody. So you look at the offense, right? You look at the offense. Steph, come on, bro. Y'all trying, we live. My bad, y'all. I had to talk to my iPad right quick. He tripping. But if you look at Steph Curry numbers, this year he's shooting his about 14.6 shots a game, about 9 threes a game. 9 is still a lot, I know. Previously, 12 threes a game, 11 threes a game, 12 threes a game, 13 threes a game, 10 threes a game, 12 threes a game. Shots, 20 shots, 20 shots, 19 shots, 20 shots. He only played 5 games and he shot 16 shots a game. So we see Steph Curry's shots have went down, and guess what went up? His assists. His assists are at 7 assists a game, the most since 2014-15 season. So I believe Steve Kerr has found a way to use Steph Curry's greatest asset, which is his ability to garnish attention by moving around, and it allows other people to flourish and get open. And I think that's what the Warriors are doing. Steph Curry used to jack up so many shots, and it's like, come on, bro. Y'all just got to stop and get back on defense. He doesn't do that as much no more. He's playing a much more patient game and allowing his team to help him out a lot more. And you're seeing the all-around play of Steph Curry rise, which I love. So shout out to the Warriors. They just beat the Celtics last night, and I think like 7-1 right now. The Warriors. Don't get me lying, though. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. You know that. 7-1, bro. So don't let this Warriors team sneak in. They'll be scary. Steph Curry at the helm. All right, the last quick take, rapid take is it's Russ. Man, shout out my boy Blaze. He's the biggest Russell Westbrook fan I know. I know it's a lot more, but he's the one I know. And we had to talk about Russ in person. I said, bro, why won't Russ just get back to getting buckets, bro? Like, at the end of the day, you a bucket getter. You average, for your career, 21 points a game. And that's after you had 1, 2, 3, 5 years of averaging under 20. You're like a 25 point per game guy for real. And we want to really talk about who you truly are. You 25 points or more. Get back to getting buckets, bro. It's going to open up the floor for you. It's going to open up your assists. It's going to allow you to get more rebounds. And what has he been doing? He had, his last 2 games, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Game before that, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. And he shot 3 for 4 from 3. Where everybody at that said Russ don't shoot no threes? Where they at now? I know it's only 1 game, but he also went 2 for 2 in another game and scored 22 points. Hey, all I'm gonna say is everybody wanted Russ to be something that he's not. All these years. See, my biggest beef with Russ is I know what type of player you are. I know you're not gonna be able to be on the wing and be more of a role player to a guy that needs to have the ball in their hands because that's not your game. You're not a catch and shoot guy. You can hit some shots, of course. Everybody in the NBA can hit shots, but your game is dominating the ball, dominating the pace, getting downhill, and bringing that thunder. And that's what you've been doing these last two games. You are a blessing for the Nuggets right now, to be honest. Because without you, they would not be winning these games. They won by two these last two games. And Russ played a big part in these games, man. So I just want to shout out Russ for kind of semi, resurrecting his career a little bit, man. If you continue this streak and play well within the playoffs, hey, man. Blaze, shout out Blaze. You thought LeBron was going to get your boy a ring. It might be Jokic. It might be Jokic. We're going to see, though. But that's all I had today, man, with far as, my topics. Shout out to the young rookies hooping. Shout out to the OKC holding it down. You got the Warriors on your heels now. And then we got the Cavs on the East, man. I know, holding it down. Paulo, we need you. But this is a good chance to see what we really got, what we gonna have to really do in order to really get that ring we want. Cause we know you solidified, Devin Suggs solidified. It's these other guys that I'm worried about. To be 100. Shout out to all the underrated ballers, man. There's plenty more underrated ballers. I'm just trying to figure out different little segments to have with you guys to bring you guys different excitement every day. So shout out to the network. Make sure you like, subscribe, you share this video with anybody that's an NBA fan, especially if they're a Magic fan, because that's who I'm really who I root for, and that's who I got y'all. But please tune in again tomorrow. We will be live again tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. So make sure you put that on your calendar. We got a lot more to talk about for sure. But tonight, what we got? Oh, I almost forgot. So RBO had his first contest these past, not this week, but last 2 weeks, where we picked winners from the games, the primetime games coming on for the day. And we had a lot of people, come through. We had a lot of people put their bid in. We had a lot of people loaf. They probably missed like 3 games, 4 games, 3 days, and they had it. Dang, what I done that? They had it. But they loafed. Dang, what I done that? I put it in here. Okay. Guess I tried to say it. Oh, I know it's that. My bad, y'all. My documents. All right, so we had a lot of people loaf. Had a lot of people that forgot to send me this, send me that. But we got a winner, okay? And this is how this thing works. Every day we're not gonna start now because it's the middle of the week. We're gonna bring it back next week, okay? We have a little bit different rules, okay? You must be here's the rules for RBO's bi-weekly contest. You must be a subscriber to RBO. If you're not a subscriber to RBO, you won't be considered in the contest. You must follow RBO's Instagram page. If you don't, then you won't be considered for the contest. And last but not least, I will have a post about the contest that I'm putting up. You must post this post on your story and tag RBO in it. Okay? Those are the 3 things. I will reiterate this on the IG page, real.ballers.only on Instagram. But I'm gonna say it one more time. You gotta subscribe to RBO. You also have to follow RBO's IG page, real.ballers.only. And excuse me. That was the third thing I said, y'all. You must subscribe, RBO, and you gotta post the post that I will be posting today about the contest on your story, and you must tag RBO in it to be a part of the contest. All right, so this week's contest, it was pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. We had two people finish with 10 points. We had one with 9, and then 4 others had under 5 or less. But we had one person to get more than 10, and that person, the winner of RBO's first bi-weekly contest, is my boy Dave. Dave wins the contest with 11 total points. Tomo and Joe came in second with just 10. And Joe, I must say, you did the best because you only did like 3 days, bro, and you got 10 points out of it. So I feel like consistency is key. We will start this again next week, starting on Monday. And I will definitely have the post ready for you guys today to post if you want to become to join in. And Dave, what you win for winning this contest is a Miami Heat keychain. Yes, my boy, it's a Miami Heat keychain that you will win. It will be sent directly to you. So check your DMs. RBO will be DMing you soon to let you know about that. But I want to thank everybody that was a part of the contest. We had about 8 people participate on the first one. Looking to grow. So shout out everybody in the network once again. Shout out to all the shows. They're all linked down low in the bio. And shout out to my Magic, man. Hopefully we can make something happen without Paolo and not take too many L's. You hear me? But make sure y'all tune in again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to check out what RBO got to say again. I want to thank y'all again. And you know I'm going to be back tomorrow talking sports, man. Because real ballers gonna ball.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.